Next up, we have the Celtic pipes. The layout is very much the same as what I just showed you with the bagpipes. We have the chanter and drone tab, the perspective and humanize for randomization. Front panel, everything's the same. We can turn on the space, IR convolution here. So this is the sound dry. And with the space convolution on. A little too wet for me, so I'll bring it down to small. Maybe back off the return a little bit. And we still have the trigger solo mode in motion. And you'll notice the bends, when I use the mod wheel from the left side to the center, it does a half step bend. When I do it from the right side to the center, it does a whole step bend. From below, though. So pipers, I don't know that I've heard a bend from above, so everything's from below. So you have the flexibility of a half step from below, or a whole step from below, depending on which side of the modulation wheel you choose to use. Also, you'll notice I've got some LFO vibrato programmed in here using the mod wheel. It's not too bad of an emulation of the Celtic Pipe vibrato. It can be a rather unruly sounding vibrato. Very cool though. But we also have some vibrato samples to offer on the key switch down here. So if you look at F sharp here, the red key, here's a few of the vibrato samples. Quite a crazy sound. Here's a little bit of the sound with the drone turned on. So we'll trigger a D. The original drone note is a D. The uilleann pipes are in D Mixolydian mode. I'll turn that volume down just a little bit. And I'll turn the drone off again by hitting the D. So it's important to remember that in order to use the drone, you don't need to have your finger on the key the whole time. You can just press it, release, and then wail away with your right hand or whatever your technique allows. And now here's the pub pipes. These have a really charming sound. There are no drones with this particular pipe. The front panel interface is the same as the previous two instruments. And here's the sound of it dry. And here's the sound of it with a little bit of the space reverb turned on. I'll use a small space. I just really like the character of that sound. And last but not least, we have a multi called 3 Celtic bagpipes. This is to imitate the sound of a bagpipe band. And we have independent control here over each instrument in terms of which drones are being used, volume relationships, etc. All the implementation from the solo instruments is present here as well. The cool thing about this one is you can, of course, go to the Perspective and Humanize tab, and you can see on this first pipe, we have no randomization on the timing or tuning. On the second one, we have a 60% timing randomization and 8% tuning. So this is going to be slightly out of tune compared to the first one, and the timing will be a little bit off. And then on the third pipe, again, we have the same percentage. So what that sounds like is this. So I'll get a B-flat drone going here. And here's a little bit of the chanter. So if I want to make this third bagpipe a little more out of tune, I'm going to just increase it. I'll make the timing of that third pipe even further off. And just not to leave you with too bad of a taste, I'll correct that. And back to our original sound. And you can turn the drone off again, of course, by hitting the sustain pedal. So there you have it.